smoke the weed every day.
Welcome, everyone.
Hi.
Here we are, High Noon with Jess and Jo, Season 2, and our very first guest, Nadya Howard. Welcome.
Rounds of applause.
Thank you for welcoming us into your space, or should we say into your workspace?
Workspace.
Yeah.
Workspace.
All right. So we'll check on that in a little bit because we always start with our past segment. That's the way we go. So Miss Nadya, she prefers the bowls. And she prefers the flowers and the sativas.
Yes.
We've discovered. So we have some juicy bowls packed and ready to go. We're
Very nice.
starting with some Baby Sunset that I got earlier today from DTPG. Shout out to Downtown Patient Group LA. Love you guys there.
Yeah. Nice.
So we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna let our lovely Nadya start off with greens because guests get greens, as we know,
Yay.
on this show.
So as you start to smoke your bowl, I would like for you to contemplate this. When did you first get high?
Yeah, we want to know about the very
We wanna
first
know.
time popping that Mary Jane cherry.
Okay. Oh, this is exciting.
Smoke
Yes.
and ponder.
Take a hit, puff pass, and give us your first time story. What was that like?
Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm so curious.
So I was 16,
Okay.
and my friend got weed. I had never tried weed before. I heard about weed my whole life because, you know, I'm half Jamaican.
Okay.
I'm 100% West Indian. My dad's from
Oh,
St.
nice.
Vincent, mom's from St. Vincent. So nobody smoked in the house or anything like that. It's just that was something that culturally you were aware of.
Okay.
So I was like,
It was part of your culture then.
absolutely.
It just was not something that you had partaked in.
Not something
Prior
that
to
I partook
16.
in, and not something that, you know, family at the time that I knew partook in.
Was it for a specific reason that you were not partaking? Or
Not at all.
it just didn't happen?
It just didn't happen. Didn't happen. So then I got some from a friend.
And clearly your friend did not teach you how to puff pass.
Oh, yeah.
To the left. To the left.
I know, I'm a talker.
Queen
I'm a
Beyonce
talker.
teaches
I'm
us.
like a, yeah. So
You Bogart it.
I Bogart
Okay,
it. Bogart
I
a little
gotcha.
bit, yeah. So then I basically went home. I had a little pipe, and my friend gave it to me.
Crew,
And
come and get the bowl.
packed this really crappy bowl because I didn't even know what I was doing. And
So you had to pack it yourself?
yeah, I
Your
did
friend
the-
didn't do it
no,
for you?
No, This was I got like a take-home kit. Like I got the weed, I
Oh.
got the bowl. Like
So
I,
somebody set you up.
yeah,
Like,
somebody set me
okay.
up and was like, okay, go.
So
go.
did you break up
Somebody
the weed
set
yourself,
you
or
up
did they grind
with
it for
product
you?
and then
No.
sent you out into
No,
the
no,
world?
I did this all
Wait,
myself.
I don't
broke
understand.
it
You
up.
broke, okay, you broke it
I
up.
broke it up. Didn't even grind it. I broke it up. Did this whole thing, and then I went outside and I smoked.
Did they teach you what to do? How did you know how to?
Well, my friend taught me. My
Okay.
friend like told me like what to do, kind of
Okay.
crudely.
So you got a little instructional.
Little instructions.
Had you been
Before they
around
just
weed
sent you
before
out
and
into the
not
cold.
smoked? Is that what it was?
I had been around weed before,
And not
not
smoked.
smoked.
Okay.
Not smoked. So this was like my thing where I was like gonna do this.
Oh,
but
so
I was-
you had been around people who
Oh,
were
absolutely.
smoking.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And did smoke. But
So
just,
she's
I-
seen what
I
to do, so
misunderstood.
so
I
you
kind
go.
of saw what to do, and friends had taught me certain things here and there, and I just went outside and I smoked.
Okay.
For me? Thank you. I'm gonna just
So
come
how
in front
was
of the
it?
camera
I didn't
awkwardly.
know that I was high until the second time that I smoked.
Oh.
I
so
didn't. The first time it was kind of like this weird, like I'm waiting for something, but something's not happening.
Now, why this particular day? Was your friend just like really pushy that day and was like, look, you've been
No.
around this forever, you need to just try it? Or were you
No.
like, where have I
was
been?
curious.
Nice.
I was
Okay.
curious. I was
So
curious.
you asked about it.
I asked about
and then
it.
your friend hooked you up.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I'm curious, the difference between the first time and the second time. How do you know you were high the first or the second time, but the first time?
The
like, what was
second
the
time I
difference?
had like a point of reference. The first time that I was high, I was just like
Ah.
waiting for something to happen, and I just kind of was just like going around and waiting for this thing to happen, but I
you
didn't
get
know what
hungry?
this thing was.
Did you get hungry at all?
No, nothing really happened.
Oh, wow.
Nothing really happened.
That was the
Everybody's
first time.
first time is different.
But the second time,
The second time.
which
the
was
second
how
time.
long after the first?
Maybe like a week later.
Okay,
Maybe
week
like
later.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe
Week
like
later
a
in the
week
story.
A week later.
Yeah, so I tried it again.
Why
and-
did you try it again if the first time didn't really work?
Well, this is the thing. I was the first one to get home from school. And so I had to map this out so like I could smoke, kind of have time to like be high if I was high, enjoy it,
the constraint
and
of
then
like,
there we go. So it was like a planned out thing. It was a scheduled affair. It was a scheduled affair.
Yeah.
So I had to do it like a week later. That's when I felt comfortable to do it. And the second time, that's when I knew I was high.
Nice.
That's when I knew I was high.
Do you remember what you ate?
Don't remember what I remember what I watched.
Oh, what was it?
Dragon Ball Z.
oh gosh. I never got
That
into
was
that.
Dragon Ball Z.
The crew
That was definitely a
approves.
boy thing.
Yeah.
The crew approves.
Dragon Ball Z.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And I
Cartoons
knew
and
I was
marijuana
high
are-
because I was like in it. Like I was just like in there, and I was like, okay, this has to be it.
Nice.
Okay,
Yeah.
so from Dragon Ball Z,
Mhm.
and that first time when you were 16,
Yes.
how, I mean, did you just start smoking
College.
since then?
College.
So-
college is when we became best friends.
So
Nice.
so from
Yes.
from 16, did you dabble in it at all a little bit?
Here and there.
Okay.
It was still
Dabbled
kind
in it
of-
during high school.
Absolutely.
And then in college, freshman year,
I would say sophomore year, we
Okay.
just like became the best of friends.
sophomore year became
Very
the best
cool.
of friends.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
How often does that relate to?
Oh, it was my lifestyle. It
Okay.
was my lifestyle. Yeah.
And has that carried you through
so funny.
until now? I don't know.
We took a break. We
Oh.
took a break.
Oh,
We took a
wow.
break. So we went from my sophomore year of college to my senior year, well on into my first year out of school, like first job, that whole thing, first apartment.
Okay.
And I remember sitting on my couch and I smoked a little joint that I rolled, and I had the worst panic attack. It was the worst paranoia. It like consumed my whole body. I'd never felt anything like that.
Wow.
I had never felt anything like that. And I don't know, it was just like all these crazy thoughts. I was like, I'm gonna lose my apartment, I'm gonna lose my job, I'm gonna get drug
Shit.
tested, you know, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So after that,
Paranoia went crazy.
Paranoia went crazy. So after that, I stopped smoking weed until I was 29.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And I don't mean, I don't want to ask a woman her age, but how
32.
long has that been? So
Okay.
a few years now.
A few years now.
You've been
we're-
back on
we're
it
back.
regularly.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so back to lifestyle.
Back to lifestyle.
So I'm gonna
Very
give this
cool.
to you
Oh,
because it
yes.
is your turn,
Yes, yes.
and it's actually about that time to wrap up our first segment, which is
Yeah.
perfect because we're just finishing up our last pre-packed bowl. So that was Nadya Howard telling us about her first time with marijuana when she was 16, leading us up to now. And if you join us for our next segment, we'll be talking to Nadya about her present life and why we're here, why we're smoking what we're smoking, and all about the now. So thank you so much for joining us. High Noon with Jess and Jo and Nadya Howard. We'll be back soon. Bye.
Hey, smoke the weed. Younger generation. Young boys and girls. Be careful of the seeds you show. If you want to see a strong tree grow, you got to prepare for the future. Show respect, don't neglect Mother Nature. All the pollution in this world, me just can't stand it. Global warming make the whole world panic. Take care of Mother Earth, cause she feed the